Hey folks, I'm Papa Boris and I enthusiastically welcome you to what is going to be a very long series. We're going to play Slice and Dice. In case you're not familiar, this is the best dice building roguelike ever made by 5 heads and 15 shoulders. Frankly, I've tried a bunch of dice building roguelikes and some of them were mildly amusing, but this is like the only really good one in existence as far as I'm concerned. Now, because it's the first video, here's a quick rundown of how this will work. I find normal difficulty quite challenging, so I'm going to play until I get a win on normal. Then we're going to switch to hard, and I'm going to try to beat the game on hard with as many curses as I can. In my spare time, you can see I've managed it a few times, but it's hard. Unfair, I don't know. We might play on unfair. I do think it's really interesting in this mode. Basically, you can like pick a bunch of curses totaling a certain tier level, and you can even get a blessing like to make yourself stronger. But of course, it's really hard overall. We'll see how hard goes before I decide on that. So let's take a look at our normal run. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to be playing with the basic squad. I know that there's a lot of cool stuff in this game. There's like a gajillion weird modes. If you're watching this series, it's basic on normal and hard difficulty. That's the plan. Okay, wow, we choose a thing. This is not normal, so it's not something that always happens. Let's see, what is this? Confirm choice. No skipping, I guess. All huge enemies add poison and pain to all sides. No thanks. 5 max HP, pain to... What is this? No fleeing. Okay. Well, I don't actually want any of these. Very weird. Very weird for our first... Wow, we have to choose. What? Okay, sorry. I didn't... Maybe I stopped playing on my spare time, like right before a new thing was unlocked, where you have to get some weird thing. What is this? Single use and +1 pip to all sides? That's actually interesting, but that really does change the game. 6 max HP at the end of the 6th turn. Okay. Add self-cleanse to the left side. Can I just... Is this what it is? Skip? Yeah, thanks. Let's just play the basic game. Not that I won't take those things later, but for the first video, let's just do the basic stuff. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do when you start a game with, your random heroes, because it isn't always going to be these, is take a look at each one and try to see, like, what are the best sides on this hero. So for the thief, it's pretty simple. If you roll anything, you keep it, because 2 damage is really great in the opening game, and they're all 2 damage. So... you don't want to risk rolling something else. For fighter, you got 2 damage is the best thing. For me personally, if I roll anything else, I'm going to re-roll it and try to get the 2 damage. For wall up, it's a little weird because you do have a 2 damage side. The side is really good. But if you roll a lot for it, you might end up getting weird stuff like this, which prevents someone from dying. It's often not that useful. So be prepared to maybe use the stuns with wall up and... not roll aggressively for the one good side. Stun, by the way, means you have to have at least as much HP as the enemy in order for that to work, but it is a pretty good use of your time. For the healer, it's the mana, but if you roll this, you have to consider keeping it just because most of your sides are healing and that's not super useful. This is a really weird spell, and I probably will not ever use it. Mage... 2 mana. You want to roll aggressively for 2 mana. If I get 1 mana, I'm willing to re-roll because there's only a 1 in 3 chance of getting a blank, and 2 mana is very strong. This is a pretty cool spell. It's not like the best of the starting spells in my opinion, but it is nice that you can do 1 damage for 1 mana as opposed to burst, which is 2 damage for 2 mana. So sometimes you need the extra flexibility. Anyway, we got 2 damage for the fighter, and we got 1 mana for the healer, and because that is pretty good, I don't want to risk rolling a heart in the first round. We'll keep the 1 mana. Okay, so the wallop got a damage. I'm just going to keep it. And then the mage, I'm going to roll it. We're going to go for the 2 mana. Okay, we lost the coin flip for the thief all 3 times and got nothing. So 1 in 8 odds that you get 0 damage with the thief. It kind of sucks. And here the bee is going to kill itself. And since the wallop has self-shield, we'll just let that happen. What I'm going to do is kill this bee. And then, well, hold on. There's a case to be made. I should use the damage more like this. Kill the rat because it's dealing 2, whereas the bee is only dealing 1. We'll get a mana for later, and then we'll pass. So now the wallop is at 1 health, which means the wallop can't really stun anything. So the wallop, I'll be very happy to get damage. Wolf's killing my mage over here. All right, we finally got damage with the thief. Wallop, yep, damage keep, and then healer... mana keep. I would consider rolling for the healing on the healer if, these guys are being attacked, but they're not, and the healing is not going to help this mage. Fighter, I'm re-rolling because I'm looking for the 2 damage, and here, I mean, you really got to think about what we're doing about this. And I guess I could use the shield, but I think I'd rather burst. So we're just going to roll for the 2 mana. And if we get a blank, we get a blank. Got the 2 mana, great. So I think we just actually killed this wolf now that we got all this mana. And then we even have this. Oh, actually, I could have burst that rat. Okay, great. So now we level up a hero. And whenever you get a choice, it's really important to look at, you know, the short term. The long term is also important, and you can just be like, oh, this is a good hero, so I'll just take it on principle. But try to think in the short term, like, what is good for the party right now, and for the fight coming up even. And also, don't just think about what you're getting, but think about what you're losing. I got a pretty good start, but some of the starting heroes really suck. There's like some that only have 2 sides and 4 blanks. So, you know, you might be more inclined to pick someone who replaces that just to get rid of something bad in addition to getting something good. Now, the Guardian's kind of interesting. So this is 6 shield against an ally who has full HP, so it's a lot of protection and not a lot of damage. On the other hand, Faye replaces some of the healer's healing with a bit of mana, although it's less mana overall, 3 total pips here versus 2 total pips here. And then weaken can be really fun. If you weaken an enemy, what this does is it lowers all their pips by 1. So if it's a summoning enemy, you can actually make them summon nothing. Or if it's like a deal 1 damage, 1 poison to all of your side, you can actually completely negate that, which is very nice. I'm going to go ahead and grab this Faye, because the Wallop, I don't really mind it, and the Guardian is good. I think, honestly, that was a choice where both things were fine. Okay, we rolled damage for the Thief, so we got to keep that. This right now is not super amazing, so we'll just re-roll everything here. Fighter got the damage. Mage got the mana. Wallop got the 1 damage side. This is heal and boost. Is that valuable right now? I don't think that really helps right now, so we're just gonna re-roll. And we got it again. Okay, so this Thorn, by the way, only 2 HP, and it can't be killed by abilities, and it damages the attacker for 5. Luckily, we can use the Wallop's shield here to survive this. Now, it is getting killed by this archer, but that's not a problem. This is a really weird fight. There was only 6 total damage that you had to deal. I actually had it 1 already, and I didn't need to sweat the phase thing. For the items, you really want to pay attention again to getting something overpowered. You're looking for some sort of a combination with one of your heroes to get a really strong start. Now, that being said, the tier 1 items are usually pretty weak. So with tier 1, I'm looking for like anything that's useful. What is Scar? 5 empty max HP, and this has replaced the middle side. If this has replaced the right side, but this is going to get pretty crappy pretty fast. So what I'm going to do is actually grab the Scar. There are tier 1 items that increase your maximum mana. Those are like the most generally useful ones, in my opinion. So I would have taken one of those, or you can roll a random one and hope to get one of them, and then it's not a big deal if you don't. But we'll take the 5 empty max HP. What this allows you to do is heal somebody in the first round with your healer. Now, the Fae is actually not the healiest healer of all time, but we'll try it. All right, so we got Goblin. Goblins run away if they're the only enemy standing. So with this fight, what you want to do typically is just kill the wolf and one of the goblins. And what I'm going to do is actually keep the stun from the Wallop. It lets me stun this goblin that's doing 4 damage and killing the Thief. Thief gets 2 damage, so we'll keep that. I'm going to grab this. It's the Fae's only mana. The only way the Fae gets mana, and mana is good. We'll reroll. Got the 2 mana. I'll reroll the 1 damage, trying to get 2 damage. And we got 2 damage. Okay, so now we're going to stun the goblin that's doing 4 damage. The 1 damage cleave is like not a big deal at all. And then we're going to kill this wolf. Warp. And now, look at this empty HP. We have a mana for the future. This is once per turn. I'm actually just going to do this now to not miss the opportunity. And then next turn, I just need a total of 4 damage and the fight is over. All right, well, there's 2 of the damage. There's 4 damage, so we're just going to be done rolling. You can undo and go back to your rolls if you change your mind or realize, oops, I actually needed to re-roll. But we are good to go and level up. All right, I don't like the Sinew because this exert thing is a problem. I would keep it because 4 damage is an important breakpoint. There's an enemy called Zombie that you need to do 4 damage to it at once to kill it. And so, like, if I was facing zombies, I would take this just for that. But in general, 2 shield, 1 damage cleave with this weird keyword. I don't want to bother with that. There are better yellows. On the other hand, Glacia is very nice. So unlike the Mage, which has these 2 blank sides, Glacia doesn't have any blank sides, so the Glacia is always getting mana pretty much. This is a pretty nice spell. Single cast means you only get to do it once, but being able to weaken an enemy at a crucial time is very nice. Plus, we got this thing. So some interesting stuff with the Glacia. It's not my favorite tier 2 wizard upgrade, but I'm perfectly happy to replace my basic mage with it. Now we're up against Bramble, a famous enemy in this game. All heroes add single use to all sides, so you really got to try to bring this thing down quickly. And that may have been a reason to take that Sinew, who does 4 damage in 1 pop. But as it is, we are going to do the best that we can with what we've got. I'm actually just going to use this mana because it's single use, so I might as well. I don't think I need to stun anything, at least not at this point. The boost, I could have done it on the Thief. Let's get a mana and a healing. This doesn't do anything right now. And then I guess we're getting a stun regardless. Okay, so we get mana. I am going to kill this rat, so it's not bothering me the whole time. And what is this? 2 damage cleave. I could chill that. Is there anything better to chill? Oh yeah, definitely you save your chill for the poison, right? It's way better to cancel the poison than it is to cancel some random damage. Okay, so we're getting worn down a bit. 2 damage. 2 damage. This does nothing. Might as well do this. I'll use it on my Glacia for just an extra mana, basically. We got 2 damage, which is lucky because the Thief already used up one of his sides. So the fact that I rolled a side is good. And we got that. All right, so pop, bonus mana, pop. Still don't want to use my chill here. This is self-heal to all allied sides. I could have actually used that, but the fighter's full and the wallop isn't using their die. So we'll use the burst here just because we are at mana overload territory. Actually, let's just do it again, and then we'll use the wallops, I guess. So now I just need 3 damage and it's over, which is a little harder than usual because, you know, I have used up some of my sides, but there's 3 damage, so we're good to go. All right, Ace of Spades, kind of a weird one. You can see what it does is it modifies your left side +2. I don't know when you use this, to be completely honest. A random, I've never seen this, a random keyword item, rightmost. So this is actually kind of interesting because for a lot of heroes, the rightmost side is either blank or just not that great. So getting something to influence it can be interesting. I do like the terrarium because a lot of times your right 2 sides just don't do much stuff, and getting some extra mana is nifty. Let me think about that. You know what? Let's try this. I normally would take the terrarium. I like this one a lot, but let's see what this is. Add nothing to the rightmost side. Nothing. This keyword has no effect. Okay, well, we got junk. So now I do wish I had taken that terrarium. I was hoping for something like rightmost side gets cleanse or whatever, but, well, we learned our lesson. Okay, so quartz, if you get it down to exactly 2 HP, it dies. If you deal damage to this pip and don't go past it, it'll die. So if you can do 5 damage to it, it'll die. I don't know if I'm going to get there. We have our weakened side. That would reduce the quartz's weaken. All right, we'll keep the damage here. I think I'm actually going to keep the stun. I might be able to use that. We'll grab the damage of the Thief. And Glacia. Shield and mana. Yeah, I'll keep it. And then the fighter, I'm just rolling for damage. Okay, do I have 5 damage here? I do not. So what I'm going to do here is pop the quartz and stun it so it doesn't weaken anybody. And then we're going to weaken the Slimer just to reduce the damage a bit. And then a little lame that the fighter rolled a 1 shield, but that's fine. We're not really taking much. We just took 1 damage for that round, so kind of treading water. Now I need 3 damage. We're looking for 3 damage. This is 4. A little awkward, but I am going to keep it because it's damage. And then you... this is actually nice. The boost lets me boost one of them to kill the quartz. So that's the thing. I think I'm going to keep that. And then we're going to re-roll this. Stun. Can't... Actually, I can. We'll just do it like this. So my thinking here is we boost you, kill the quartz exactly. We'll pop this. A Slimelet does come, but now I can actually wall up the Slimer. And there's no need to burst the Slimelet. You could, but also you could just do it next turn after seeing what it's doing. Like the Slimelet's doing 3 damage to the fighter, which is irrelevant. All right, it's actually over now. Rup, rup, and rup. All right. Well, we got some good stuff here. So I actually like both of these a lot. So the Whirl is, you know, good at doing damage to multiple enemies. And this is good if you have like the Armorer who can buff your allies' sides. I might consider taking the Bard. The Bard is pretty nifty. So all these Bard sides are 1, which can interact with some late game items to be really strong. Like if you get like, for example, add Cleanse to the top and bottom, you know, that becomes a shield 1, cleanse everyone. If you upgrade the side of this, then you get multiple rerolls when it lands, so you can reroll a whole lot. And you also get this ability. So this uses a blank side for a shield 1 cleanse. One of the problems with these martial abilities is the fact that a lot of the time it's like a really annoying trade-off where you have to use a die that would have otherwise been useful. But the fact that the Bard lets you make use of your blank sides is just like a no-loss kind of a thing. Okay, so ogres, just keep in mind, they're not super strong. These sides are not impressive, but when this HP is lost and when that HP is lost, they get +1 to all their sides, so you kind of want to burst it down all in one go, so it's not taking advantage of this extra power. And that means you typically want to kill the other enemy first. Now we have a little bit of delicious tension here from the fact that the bandit will flee if an adjacent monster is overkilled by 2 or more. So you could go for the ogre. The issue is, can I overkill the ogre by 2 or more? That would be a little tough. I don't actually have, at the moment, any big damage sides. So I think we're going to actually kill the bandit first, and then we're going to kill the ogre. I'm going to actually weaken the ogre to block the damage, excuse me, to everyone. And I'm also going to keep this shield because my thief is in trouble. The bandit is the one who's attacking him. So I'm going to need a little bit of help getting this thief to survive. We're looking for healing. We're looking for shielding. And if the thief could roll one of the non-blank sides, that would really be terrific. Oh, my lord. Actually, can I use this else? Shield 1 cleanse. It's not enough to save the thief, unfortunately. So I'm going to just keep rolling, and we got a shield. All right, well, I don't know if I can save this thief or not. Let's see. So we weaken the ogre. That does take 1 damage off the thief. We get 1 shield there. We get 1 shield there. And then the thief's blank side, I guess, is a shield. Wow, all right. Well, that's one way to do it. I guess if the thief had actually rolled damage, the thief would have died. So maybe that was a mistake of me to keep re-rolling. Okay, still trying to hang on to the thief for dear life. So damage, weaken is actually very nice. It stops the poison, or I could use it again on the ogre's foot. We'll get the heal, we'll get the shield, I think. And then we'll try to get the 2 damage on the fighter. There's the 2 damage. Okay, so pop, pop, and how exactly are we doing this? Are we just gonna waste this to kill off the bandit? This is where I wish I had poke, you know? Yeah, it's not efficient. It's not an efficient use of that, but... oh, hang on. Maybe this is the way. Why don't we get the mana? It's a bit inefficient, but we'll burst the bandit, and then we can do this to save everybody a damage. And we're not quite buffing the ogre yet. Okay. So we're trying to get this ogre down as fast as possible now. So damage... mana. I'm gonna re-roll with the bard to try to get the cantrip attack boost. This actually might be okay, so that gives me 2 shield and 2 mana. I'll keep that. Re-roll, trying to get 2 damage on the fighter and a shield. Okay, so the ogre is now pissed off, and that's okay because we have 2 shield here, and I can actually chill it, which I think I will. And then we can just do that. Oh, hold on. Let's do this. And let me think. I could actually refrain from using this damage. It's fine. Since it's weakened, it's just dealing 1 damage to everybody. And that's not a big deal. Okay, so we're good. Now we just need 2 damage. And oh, it ran away. That's great. Okay, we got a tier 3 item. What are you? Replace the middle side with the hero above's base side. What the hell? The replace with the hero above stuff, I'm just going to ignore it. Even if it's good, I don't care. Rightmost side with 1 damage vulnerable. This is actually fine because it's the right side. Because a lot of times the right side is blank. So we're going to, I guess, do the thief. So if the thief rolls this and rolls that, we can pile on to one enemy. Okay, when you're fighting snakes, look at which snake is doing 2. That's the one that you want to kill first. Weaken is actually really good against these because they stop the damage and the poison, and then everything else I think I'm going to reroll. Vulnerable, I don't think I'm going to be able to pile on to anybody. I'm considering keeping the blank because I can use it to cleanse this incoming poison. Yeah, let's keep the Bard's blank here, and I guess we'll take a shield and a mana. I could try to roll the weak on the Glacia. Yeah, we'll fine. We'll roll the weak on the, or we'll roll for it. Okay, so we're gonna see. Stop this one, and you're dying. Okay, well, let's shield and cleanse, and shield and cleanse again, and then I have to think actually which snake I want to attack. I'm just gonna go on this one and then try to kill it next turn. I'm a little bit alarmed by the poison, but again, I can cleanse it with a blank side thanks to my MVP Bard here. Militia, by the way, run away if an enemy they're targeting gets 5+ shields. Unfortunately, I don't really have a super easy way to get there, so I'm just focusing on surviving these snakes. Thief rolled damage. Shield mana is fine. I'm not going to shield everybody because I want to try to get these cantrips. So we'll take the healing, I think. I don't... No. I should be rolling for the weaken on the Fae to try to counter the poison. All right, we got the weaken. So I want to weaken a snake that's not going to die because this snake just dies. And then you're targeting the Bard. You're targeting the Bard. Okay, well, I guess it doesn't matter who I go after then. So we'll do that. This, I could chill a snake to try to block some poison. What are you? Self-heal to allied sides. Okay, so I guess we'll just let it go because I'm not really taking that much damage. There is the poison here, and that's a bit of a problem because that means that the thief is dying and armor isn't going to save him. Maybe I should have done something. Okay, well, let's keep a blank. Let's keep the thief's blank to shield cleanse with else. Keep the damage on the fighter. Healing and mana seems good. We'll roll the Glacia, trying to get that weaken. And didn't quite get it there. Got a single use. Oh yeah, that's single use weaken. Okay, great. So we are gonna save the thief and then I guess try to kill this snake. We'll burst it. That leaves me with this to weaken the snake and cancel the poison. Will help out the thief a little bit. And I still have this. Oh, great. Well, we'll get rid of the poison on the Bard then. I could have also blocked some of the incoming damage on the Glacia, but I'm not as concerned about damage because damage might go on someone else. So the Glacia getting damage isn't a big deal, especially since it's my most HP hero. Okay, so here we're trying to kill the snake. I could vulnerable it. All right, we'll keep that. And I could consider keeping these blanks for the else. But I really want damage to just kill the snake, so we'll roll again and see what happens. All right, I don't think anything great's happening here. We'll save the fighter from the 4 attack on the militia. And we really need to get the snake down. It's not quite happening here. I can't quite kill the snake. So we're going to chill the snake to stop the poison. And then I have an else, which I can just use to save a damage off the fighter, I guess. Oh, I could have actually burst the fighter and gotten up to 5 armor. I didn't think about that in time. All right, I am going to just keep a damage on the fighter just to kill the snake. And we'll do this because it deals the damage to the militia and also reduces the damage by 1. We'll put on vulnerable, I suppose, since we are going to be getting up some. Armor for the fighter and mana is nice. And look at this. Okay, great. So, wrong one. Snake dies. Vulnerable first. Then do that. And then that. And then we have just enough to burst it down. Alright, the Juggler is a very fun character. All the stuff is cantrip. And then it also has this, which if you roll it, it damages itself. So it's super fun. It does run into trouble with enemies that damage you on hit. Alternatively, we can have the Berserker. The Berserker has this, which is a serious problem. It's always he's always damaging himself, but 4 damage is a lot of damage, and I could use some damage. I'm gonna grab the Berserker here. And I could, of course, move this item over here to give the Berserker something to do. This keyword has no effect. And then 5 empty, max HP. Well, I guess we'll put her on the Berserker so the Berserker can maybe get some healing when I get a more healy type of healer. Okay, so Agnes is summoning a wolf here. This would be a really good time to roll Weaken. I'm going to keep the damage on the Berserker because you know what? If you're not keeping the damage, then why do you have a Berserker in your party? You might as well have just not picked that class. Thief got damage, so we'll keep it. Shield and mana seems good. Is there anything good to boost? Yeah, 2 shield and 2 mana seems fine. So basically, oh, no. What am I doing? I need to try to roll Weaken to stop this wolf, right? That's like what Weaken is for. Yep, that's, good thing I did that. All right, I'm going to re-roll here just to see if I get any of these cantrips. Unfortunately, I do not, and then I got a blank. Well, that's lovely. Okay, so we're going to Weaken Agnes to stop her from summoning a wolf and try to kill somebody. Watch out, by the way, they all have this 1 HP that when they lose, they damage someone. Middle enemy, top enemy, and bottom enemy. I think I want to go for Sitha, or Githa, because she's damaging somebody for 7. So we're going to go, which really hurts the Berserker here. Oh, but I can't quite kill her. That's sad. I could kill Agnes, actually. Yep. Well, that sucks. We're going to shield the Berserker because the Berserker is the one who, you know, is taking a lot of heat. In fact, let's else the Berserker as well. Glacia is getting whopped. That's true. That is true. That's one problem with the Fae. Of all the red heroes early in the game, Fae has like the least healing. All right, we're going to keep this because you got to stop the wolf from summoning. We need some damage to kill off Githa or Sitha. Thief roll damage, that's fine. Do I keep this shield? So this is on the Fae, so killing her saves the Fae, and then Magrat's killing the Berserker and the Bard. It's a bit of a problem. It is a problem. I could, yeah, I'm gonna chill Magrat here, I think. So that means I'm gonna re-roll the Bard. I could roll the cantrip damage and get rid of Githa. Or is it Sitha? We don't know. We'll never know. All right, well, let's see. So, stop the wolf. And where is this? I'm gonna just over-damage her a bit, I think. Barp. Then we do that, and we chill Magrat. Okay, so I can't use the Berserker's attack because then I die. So unfortunately, wait, 2 usable dice. Oh. All right. So I still can't use it. I still die. I die exactly. There might have been some way to optimize that turn. I'm not sure, but I'm happy to take no damage and kill one of the enemies. All right. This is another one that's good to weaken 1 damage to everybody. This is fantastic. So Death Wish means it does double damage if you're set to die. So this will kill whichever one of them I want. And, I mean, yeah, that's great. And then we can maybe try to get another weakened side. We'll keep a mana here. Oh, I'm foolish. I should have kept that Ominous Shield from the Bard. That would have protected everybody. Luckily, it happened anyway. All right, so we'll Death Wish Magrat. Barp. Oh, what? Hold up. Oh, she damages the bottom hero. Okay. All right, so we're gonna Glacia, or I guess I'll just do the Bard first since that doesn't actually have any choice attached to it. Then 2 damage to Glacia, because the Berserker still, oh, you have to make sure. If that shield had saved the Berserker from dying, then it would turn off Death Wish. But luckily the Berserker still set to die. This is still 6, so Barp. And now we protect you. I guess I should boost it to get extra mana. Can't quite kill Agnes here. Probably missed an opportunity to circle and self-heal everybody, but it's fine. We just need a damage because I've already got 2 damage from boost. So there we go. The phase weakened side there, as you can see, was very helpful. Okay, so we've got these 2 tier 4 items, ranged and chained to the 2 right sides. The right sides often don't have anything that great. Let's see, do I have any ranged things? I mean, yes, that makes this a ranged thing. Chain, by the way, is a significant keyword. It's one I often ignore, but it makes it so that if the previous die that you played had the same keyword, then you double the pips. So basically that would mean that if the previous die you played had ranged, then it gets doubled. I don't see that in this particular moment being particularly useful. So we'll take this. I like taking the spells because all you have to do is stick it on anybody. And then now you have an extra spell as long as that character's alive. All right, so this fight's kind of interesting. Wiz is in the back. You can't target him. summons bones. He can also do this, which is really annoying. Or he does, you know, damage with the bats. This HP right here, if you can damage it, he gets stunned. So if we get a chance to shoot him with a thief, then we can stun him. This imp is doing 8 damage and then dying. So it'd be nice to avoid that. I guess we'll do this. I'd rather kill it and take 5 damage because these also hurt you when you hit them. So 4 for my own pain plus 5 plus 1 from the imp is 5 to stop the berserker from dying. And the ghost, if you deal damage to this HP, it becomes immune for the rest of the turn, but you're able to go past it. Like, you can hit it for 4 and then it'll be immune. So you want to try to hit it big if you can. All right, the Wiz is doing 2 damage to everybody, so I'm just gonna take the Bard. You know what? I'm gonna roll. The Bard has these cantrips. Might as well go for them, right? Oh, you know what? I should not have gone for it, because if the cantrip rolls on the imp, the Bard takes damage. Oops. Well, luckily we got our shield back, so hooray. If I had gotten ranged on that side, I could have shot the Wiz and canceled those bats, so that's something to think about. Okay. This is still the move, I think. I can't really kill this imp, unfortunately. Well, I could hit it with the thief and burst it. Yeah, let's do that. So let me shield the thief, because the thief's going to take damage when it hits the imp. Then we will heal the berserker, and we will burst this imp. And, oh, the thief is just dying from this ghost. Oops. Well, I can't kill the ghost because the ghost is invulnerable. But let's take a quick look back to see if there's some weird way that I can protect the thief. I need to protect the thief a lot. Well, let's see. So we'll do this. And we'll shield once. And we'll shield twice. And we can even shield a 3rd time. But that's not going to save it. I could chill it, but that's the same problem. It just reduces the damage by 2. This thief... Circle, self-heal, doesn't matter because the thief's HP is gone. This thief, I think, is toast. I don't see a way. Because I can't kill the ghost, because if I hit it with the berserker, the ghost will become immune. Yep. Yep. I needed this to have ranged, so I could have shot the Wiz and stunned it. That's the only way that it was ever going to work. All right, so what I'm going to do then is go back, since the thief is dying. And we're going to do the original plan, which is to hit the imp with the thief, because the thief's dead anyway, and burst the imp down. Then I use the berserker to get the ghost down to 2 before it becomes invulnerable. So the thief dies, but then the ghost is easier to kill. And once the ghost is dead, we can hit the Wiz and stun it, which is great because the Wiz got the worst of its sides. Now, I do have 1 fewer characters. As you can see, getting 2 damage is not super trivial here, but I do have 2 damage. I'm just going to not screw around. We're just going to take the 2 guaranteed damage. Okay, well, that actually worked out well. So the cantrip got the ghost, so I can do that. And now we are going to stun the Wiz. This does nothing. And, I mean, hopefully these people can put together 3 damage. There we go. Bloop. All right, so now my thief is at 2 HP and gets upgraded. By the way, when you do upgrade a character who has been killed in the previous fight, your new character also starts off damaged. Now, I like both these choices. So Spellblade, everything is 1, which can be good with some items. And you also get a spell, which is interesting. +1 pip to target's damage size this turn, and it's single cast. So, you know, you can use it 1 time. It's an interesting one. You don't often get mana access through the orange tree. Poison's also particularly nice. However, I just need some damage, so I'm going to take the Ranger. This is a very good side. You can do 4 damage to a full health enemy, so we can one-shot these bones if we roll that. And then there is some combo potential. These 1 damage range cleaves, if you get particular items with that, or an armorer who like boosts your damage, that can be extremely effective. Now, what did you have? You had that. Let's put that on the Berserker. This is just, I mean, it's just not that strong. It's not that big of a deal. But with the Ranger, that's going to be a really weak side, so I'm not invested in it. Okay, well, this looks a little scary, but let's see what we can roll. So we'll start with healing and shielding with mana. That seems reasonable. And we're really looking for the Ranger's golden bow side. And okay, we got a reroll, thank God, because we rolled trash again. And there's the gold. Oh, well, everything I could have possibly wanted. All right, so let's kill a bones. I like to kill the bones early because the bones do splash damage. They damage their neighbors when they die. So this allows you to be very efficient in some cases. I'm messing around here. I don't know if this is actually going to work or not, but we'll just kind of experiment. So we'll protect the ranger. We'll try to protect the berserker, and then we'll burst these bones. And unfortunately, the berserker's still set to die. And if I didn't protect the ranger would have died. Okay, so we have to change it a little. We unfortunately have to do a pretty annoying move. We need to either chill one of these fanatics, so this one that's hitting the berserker, or burst the berserker. Let me actually, hold up. Let me back up. So we heal, well, let me back all the way up. We heal, we protect, and we protect again. And I think I'm actually gonna use circle here. It's a little bit weak, but it does work for both the ranger and the berserker, and it's just so effective here that I think it's worth doing. So we'll shoot the bones, and we're gonna whack, nope, that's the wrong one. We're gonna whack these bones, and now everyone's pretty toasty, and we can pass. So these fanatics hit hard, but they also damage themselves, and the bones will damage them as well, and I'm hoping I can get a good efficient move here. Okay, it's a little scary. So these fanatics are gonna die. Like, I win. It's just a matter of whether I have to also lose the berserker and the ranger in order to do it. As you can see, we're getting some pretty significant overkilling with these ridiculous 8 damage attacks. Now, this is not gonna help this one weekend. I am just gonna reroll. We need to kill these bones off and then see what else we can do. Boosting shield might save me. I'll try it. We'll take some mana. It's about the best Glacia can do. And we got the pain side, which is not that great. I could actually boost this to kill the bones with, since it looks like I'm not... Oh, no, I've got boost to kill the bones, so never mind. I don't need to roll that. Okay. Well, all right. Nothing we can do here. So we do this, and we shield for 2. We get the mana. We shoot the bones. And... yikes. I actually can't save either one of these with a burst, and I can't kill either of these guys either. I can chill one of them, but that doesn't change the fact that it's, you know, still gonna kill my character. So I need to see if there's a way that I can do this differently to try to at least save one of them. So who's the bones attacking? The bard. Okay, so I do need to kill the bones. And I could, what? Try healing? Although boosting the bard to give an extra shield is kind of the same thing as healing it directly. Oh God, is there just no way? Oh no, I have the else. Oh, I get to save one of them. All right. So I'm gonna save the berserker, I suppose. And we'll do the chill. Just, oh no, I don't need to do damage. Right, it doesn't matter. I don't need to do damage because they're all killing themselves anyway. All right, so we lost the ranger, and I might not have if the ranger hadn't had half health to begin with because I lost the thief the previous fight. Okay, so we got some interesting stuff here. Focus to all heal / self-heal sides. Focus means that if you target the same character twice in a row, the second one is doubled. But it's only for healing and self-healing, so if you like buff the same ally twice, the second buff is doubled. It's a little weird, but it can be effective. You want to, anytime you see something weird like that, look to see if you can lean into it somehow. Like, okay, I could shield it and then heal and get 2 mana. I don't think that's that great. Now, this, of course, is a bit double-edged. Let me see if there's anybody where doing a +2, -2 would be worth it. I actually think that there is a case to be made, actually, for a few of the characters here. So I'm going to just grab that. So I could put it on the bard. That means this shield side does nothing, but this one is shield all 3, which is spectacular. And then the other one I was thinking was maybe the ranger. So this one does nothing, but then this one is 3 damage and cleave. Even something like the Fae for 3 healing and 3 mana in exchange for making this side nothing seems useful. Let's take a look at what we're facing here. So we need shields. 5 shield would let me kill a militia. So let's focus right now on getting some shields. Then if I can get 2 more shields, I can kill anybody. If I roll that side, of course, which I may not. Spiker, by the way, hits any attacker for 2 damage unless it's ranged. So you want to use abilities on this. This is good. That will deal 4 damage to the Spiker, and since it's ranged, it will not be retaliated against. I can also heal and boost, making this 6 damage. That will actually almost kill a militia. I think I just gotta do that. Do I do this? Sure. I mean, if you're not doing it, what are you doing, right? I can survive it right now, might as well. 2 mana is the best I can do. And unfortunately, the Bard rolled garbage. All right, well, I think this makes sense because this character's damaged, and let's kill the militia that's hurting him. We are gonna slightly inefficiently here burst that down, and then I could just whack this and take 6 damage. Let's take the more cautious line. We'll just whack the militia and, you know, do 3 damage to it. Because yes, there's the thing, if I get 5 shield, it automatically goes away, but I might not get that, you know, epic 3 shield side, so I don't want to risk it. Okay, this maybe? Who's getting hit? The Fae is getting hit for 7. I actually don't even know how I'm going to save that, to be completely honest with you, unless I get that shield from the Bard. So we'll reroll. Okay, we got Death Wish for 6 damage. I can actually hit the Spiker and not die, so I think that's worth it. This will kill the militia. We got protection and mana, which seems fine, and then we'll do this. This is very dangerous because if I roll that and hit the Spiker, I self-damage for 2. So I could actually kill myself right now if that happens again, but all right. So pop. And then let me just, oh, hold on. I need to use this while it has Death Wish still. So we're gonna do this, then pop. And then can I protect the Fae? Oh my God, just barely. And we'll chill, we'll use this right now. Because chilling the enemy that's attacking you is the same as bursting, but it also deals damage, and I might as well use it because the fight's almost over. Now, any of these people hit this Spiker and they die. So that's good, because this is 2 damage without retaliation. This is a mana, and if I could, oh, yep, I'm done. Okay, so I can boost this to get 2 mana, and then with burst and this ranged attack, Spiker's down. And finally, everyone's at full health. The Berserker is at full health. It has that scar thing. So here we have a blessing. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. The 8th spell you cast, each fight is free. That's a lot of spells. And then every third dice you use each turn gains self-heal. Well, that's actually great, as opposed to having to cast 8 spells. So we'll take that instead of rolling random. And we get an upgrade. Now, I love both of these, so this is a tough choice. So the Sharp Shot, honestly, is just like a better ranger, right? I mean, it's just better. This is a really cool thing. You can kill enemy. Like, this will actually just one-shot these ghosts. And then these are just a lot of damage. So, you know, it's pretty good stuff. This thing right here is a little weird. If you use this after a die that has a keyword, it gains that keyword. So what keyword could this gain? If one of your allies uses, like, poison, this becomes a 2 damage ranged 2 poison attack. That's pretty cool. It can copy a weaken. Like, it's neat. This is a very safe pick. Now, the Artificer is super fun. So just tons of mana. 4 mana, but it's single use. There's also a single use poison. Single use damage. Charge means you get +1 pip for each stored mana. So if you get mana and then you use this, it does a whole bunch of damage. And then this big healing wand. It's just like a super fun one. This ability is very fun. If you roll either one of these sides, you get to use and just 2 damage to all enemies. So it's a tough call. There's like the fun pick here, and then there's just the thing that's like a really nice upgrade to something that I already have. I am gonna grab the Sharp Shot, but both ways there, you know, were valid ways to go. Do I want to keep the shield thing for my Bard? I think I'll keep that. Yeah, I still haven't actually rolled it, but that could be helpful. By the way, the Baron, every other HP that you deal damage to it gives you a mana, but of course the Baron has some, you know, pretty sick dice. Okay, so what I'm looking for is this Sharp Shot to one-shot these ghosts. I'm pretty committed to that. So is there anything I want to keep here? I guess we'll keep mana and shield. Hey, there's the Sharp Shot. Terrific. And mana and healing. I want to actually get a weaken from my Fae because that would reduce this awful thing that's about to happen. Unfortunately, it didn't happen. But okay, let's see. Which ghost do we want to kill? I think I'm going to kill... so who are you hitting? The Fae? Okay, I'm going to kill the ghost to stop it from poisoning everybody by 2. And I am going to also chill the Baron to just cancel the Baron's attack this round. Then we have 3 shield for everybody. I guess technically I should hit first for the self-healing because that was the 3rd die, and then we shield everybody for 3, which is kind of nice. And then I hit this ghost here to use up its stun, so that now the ghost is, or not the stun, the immunity. So now the ghost doesn't get immunity anymore, and I can just kill it. Okay. Here, I think I'm going to weaken to make the Baron summon 1 fewer bone, and we're going to just Berserker kill the ghost. That means that I can actually keep this boost and completely negate the summons, and then the Bard, I don't know. I guess the Bard can just roll and get whatever. Yeah, that did nothing. That's fine. Maybe I should have kept it. Anyways, we're going to go pop, 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 and pop. You gotta keep an eye on your mana. I'm gonna do this invest, which I haven't actually used yet. What this does is you spend 4 mana, and for the next turn, you get 6. So we're gonna be able to go on a pretty good chain here, because basically, essentially, burst costs only 1 mana. I am actually gonna go for the kill right here and try to sharpshoot finish it. We're gonna see for the Bard. Yeah, I just want to roll a damage on the Bard. Honestly, is all that really matters here. Okay, this doesn't really matter. Okay, so we are going to heal and get mana. And now, if you wanted to, you could actually invest to get the same thing next turn. But I believe I can kill him now, and it's also not a huge deal if I'm wrong. So we're just going to burst as much as we can. We can burst a lot more than you think because we're getting a mana back every time. And yeah, there's the sharp shot for the kill. All right, what do we got here? Wrench, 1 pip to middle side, very nice and simple. And you always want to look at, what specific things do I have that it's strong with? And the answer here is quite a lot. So in a fight with zombies, which you want to do 4 damage to, I can make this do 4 damage. This is just generally good, becoming a 2 damage cleave. Over here, 2 weaken is really nice, and 2 rerolls on a cantrip is very nice. So that's actually a pretty good item. Wedding rings, add pair to all heal. Okay, so if you use a die that has the same number of pips, it doubles the effect. So like this would become 2 healing and 2 mana instead of 1 each. If the previous die that you used also had only 1 pip. I think right now, since I don't have that much healing, we'll grab the wrench. Just because it's solid. It's not like overpowered or anything, but it is solid. And here, what I think we want is just more rerolls. And then we'll pass. Okay, so blind is flashing. If you do no damage to a monster, it flees. I'm not planning on that. We got our ridiculous shield, so that's fantastic. And now let's think. So thorns, you want to use ranged attacks in them because there is no retaliation. And I can do this to just completely cancel the blind's attack or to weaken the Cyclops. I could just do this to just do a bunch of damage to the Cyclops. I mean, is there anything better here? Really, what am I expecting to get with the Berserker? I guess maybe the 3 damage, not painful side. Okay, well, that happened. So we're going to kill one of the thorns. Let's do that to save the Fae. I cannot kill this with burst. What is this? Oh, is this petrifying? Oh, it's really annoying. But I don't have a good way to kill it, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is just hope I can else to cleanse the petrify next time. And should we just kill the blind? I mean, I could dick around and like hit the blind and then like weaken the Cyclops. That stops all the damage, right? I mean, I could do a weird thing. I could just not kill the thorn down there and actually have the blind run away. No, that doesn't make any sense. I have this ranged attack. Okay, so we're gonna... It doesn't really matter. I will just kill the blind. So when you petrify, by the way, it goes in an order I don't remember, but it always starts at the top. So one of our sides has been negated, which is kind of sad. You need to die. Who is going to kill you? I'm hoping it's range damage. I mean, sharp shot, 5 of the 6 sides on the sharp shot will kill this thorn without any retaliation. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. The berserker's getting a little flagged there, but that's fine. Should I keep this and try to roll a weaken? Yeah, we'll try to roll the weaken. Oh, all right, we got that at least. But the sharp shot has rolled 2 blanks in a row. Thank you, 1 in 36 odds. Appreciate it. Okay, so now we're going to kill the thorn. Everyone's fine. You are going to die after doing this. Can I get away with it? Well, let's see. It's a little dicey. But technically you don't die, so I'm fine with it. There's a stun HP right here, so we're going to stun it this turn. Kind of get a free turn, basically. Don't need the shield. We'll keep the boost, because it's like an extra damage. It's not that impressive, but I guess I'll keep this side, because I can't use the pain sides, can I? All right. And then the bard, I don't know what the bard has. Oh, there's that. Okay, the bard had that. All right, so we stun it. I'm really not paying much attention to the every third die is a self-heal thing, but this Cyclops is dead. All right, you know, I like the wizard a lot. This is a pretty cool spell. I like that everything has mana, and I like that it has a cantrip here. So this actually works really well with the wrench, because it means that every time I roll this middle cantrip, I get 2 mana for it. Or I can keep it on the bard and just have more rerolls and reroll this cantrip more. However, I think I'm just going to take the surgeon. I miss having healing. And that Fae has been a real liability in the healing department. Now you might say, but Boris, man, that weaken from the Fae has been pretty clutch. And that's true. Wizard would have been a very logical choice there. Okay, this is 6. I can get one of these bandits down to 6. I might even get one of these ogres down to 6. So we're going to keep that. This is what? Single damage weaken? That would be nice to counter the poison. Yeah, we'll keep that. This is 3 damage, which is fine. This can help the berserker out and also heal some of the missing HP, which at this point, since the surgeon is so healy, that's pretty good. All right, cantrip there is nice. And we got a blank. Alrighty, well, I need a top priority use this. Unfortunately, I am a little off with the Death Wish. The ogres have 10. I need to get down to 6. 10 minus 3 is 7. So I'm 1 damage shy unless I use this, which is possible, but it feels kind of wasteful. So what I'm going to do instead is hit this bandit and sharpshoot it. And then we'll just heal the berserker, and we're going to weaken one of these ogres. Just to basically act as a shield 1 to everybody. Oh, and we have this. Well, we'll protect the Glacia, who's getting kind of whopped here. All right, we have more poison coming in from the bandit. All right, we got 3 shield to everybody. That's terrific. I'll try to roll the mana sides here. 3 damage is fine. Do I want to keep the heal? I really want to go for the mana. Mana would be nice to have. Okay, we didn't get it. That's okay. So the question is, can I afford to trigger the rage on one of these ogres? Well, let's see. 3, 6. Yeah. No, I'm 1 short. 3, 6, 8. Not quite getting there, huh? Okay. Well, in that case, we're going to kill the bandit. Boop. And then throw out some heals. This is a 2 times 3 heal ability. So by not triggering the rage on these ogres, I'm keeping their attacks pretty impotent. And now with everything else cleared off, we can get to work. Okay, so finally got some mana. 3 range damage is fine. I could reroll for the sharpshooting ability, actually. Maybe that would actually be smart. Oy, that was something annoying. All right, well, we're going to focus on the one who's more damaged. Is everyone at full HP? Nope. There, you need some HP. And I cannot quite kill it. So we'll just pass here. Oh, I have a usable tactic. Oh, right. Okay. The ogres weren't really doing that much damage to me, so I figured might as well wait. And this looks a little scary, but we should be able to deal 4 damage. Yes, the Berserker has a bunch of HP now. So we'll do that. We'll 3 damage, 2 mana. You know, the usual stuff. Finally got some mana there. Great. And cantrip shield. And a nothing. And a cantrip. Okay. That actually was nice. 1 damage. That kills the ogre. Then we're going to whack you, heal you. Is this good? It's good. All right, we're getting up to tier 7 items. Bonus HP. Don't underestimate these. Bonus HP is pretty solid. Of course, I never take it. I always take weird crap, but I hate this pair business. Again, you want to try to lean into it, like, okay, what could be really good? Okay, so I could, like, use this die, and then these do 6 damage. Like, it's fine, but I'm just going to take the HP. It's one of those things where it never feels that exciting to do it, but once you have it, I assure you, it's noticeable. It makes a really big difference. So we're going to grab, we have empty HP and just actual HP for our Berserker, which makes sense because the Berserker has self-damaging dice. Okay, the Hydra's a bit weird. If you damage it 5 times in a turn, it dies. So I'm going to try to work on this Troll. Well, it's, I'm not sure exactly. Because if you can get 5 damage on it very early on, then of course that's what you want to do, and then you want to work on the Troll afterwards because the Troll has this regeneration, so it can be harder to focus down. But doing 5 damage in a single turn can be harder than you might think. So like right now, we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, not quite 5. But we rolled our shield, so that's good. And I guess we'll do this, and this, and I'm going to invest. So my thinking is that basically now that I'm going to have 6 mana, I can damage the Hydra 3 times with bursts, and just 2 damage from other things will finish it off. Then we can work on the Troll. Okay, the Bard is not in as bad shape as it looks because the Hydra's going to die. So that's 1 source of damage. This is not quite 1. Do I want to re-roll this? Sure. Glacier's a pretty safe one to re-roll. Let's actually, yeah, I'll re-roll the Surgeon because getting the mana side would be nice for the Bard. And the Glacier's safe to re-roll because basically everything is mana. All right, so that sucks. The Bard isn't really helping here, but let's see. So we have how much here? We've got, well, let's do the bursts first. 1, 2, 3, 4, bit inefficient, but 5. Let me actually do this on the self-healing on the Berserker, and then 5, and then this does nothing, but that's okay. And then we pass. Okay, so now that the Hydra's gone, we should be able to focus on this Troll and be okay, so that's good. This will help. This saves the Bard. 3 free damage. And we're just dandy-rific here. It's not efficient, but I'll just use that if for no other reason than to do a damage because this is about to bend. Okay, the Troll ran off. All right, we got really great choices here. So the Stalwart has good protection. Shield 2 cleave means you kind of heal in a line. And we do get to keep this item on it if we want, so that we have like a 0 shield, but this is a 4. Cleanse is also nice. I don't really have much cleanse here, so it would be good to have some of that. Now, Chronos is very fun because what Chronos has is these mana sides that grow, so the more you use them, the more mana they generate. Chronos can sometimes save himself in a pinch. Got more rerolls, which is nice. And then this spell, which is interesting, it is expensive, but being able to weaken off a spell can prevent some really nasty effects. So since I like the Bard, I'm going to take Chronos, but that was a close call. We're going to make sure to put the spell back on and continue. And Tarantus is a really annoying mini-boss. It's arguably the most annoying. It has this HP, kill the topmost enemy. So there are ways to dodge it. You can, if your character has a dodge die, you can dodge it that way. If one of your other characters has a this character cannot die effect, but I don't have either of those things. So my sharp shot's dying this fight, which is very annoying. This is also 12 damage. So well, I guess we'll keep this. Actually, it's pretty good to save the Berserker. This is 2 damage ranged copycat cantrip. Oh, Why does this have copycat? Oh, because it just does. I see. Okay, that didn't actually matter. Do I want to keep this and reuse a die? I don't think so. I think I want to actually try to get one of those growth sides and start getting my mana generation. In fact, there it is. Berserker has Death's Wish, which is great. This will kill a spider, so we'll try it like that. All right, that was a wasted side, unfortunately. So we save the Berserker. We are, I suppose, going to kill a spider and get the self-healing. Wait, what? Oh, hang on. We need to do Death Wish first. Okay, so first we Death Wish. All right, then we save the Berserker. And then we shoot this spider. We grow. This does nothing. And unfortunately, we can't stop this spider from landing a hit on Sharp Shot, but that's fine because Sharp Shot's gonna die anyway. So anytime damage comes on Sharp Shot, I'm completely fine with it. What is this? 3 damage, poison weaken. That's pretty serious. This is where it's good to have a cleanse. Let's see. So we've got this, which is not as good as you might think because it's really only just taking 3 damage off of Chronos. I'm gonna Berserker to kill off the spider. And what am I looking for? I am looking for mana. Honestly, that's pretty much it. This is keywords. I'm not sure what keywords I have that I care about. Well, maybe. We'll try it. There's mana, and there's dodging. Dodging is very nice. It stops all the poison. Okay, great. So we'll heal the Berserker. We'll heal the Berserker some more. Oh, now this has pain. Okay, that's a little silly. Let's, do I want to copycat anything? Does this have, this has mana gain. Okay, so if I do this, hang on, we're gonna change this. We're gonna do this later. I'm gonna heal first, then shoot at Tarantus, then make this have self-heal when I kill the spider, and then we're gonna dodge at the end. I wanted the self-healing blessing to trigger at the right time. So what I'm gonna do now is just invest and get a bunch of mana. One thing to note, by the way, if you revive a hero, it's kind of weird. They come back with full health. However, if they died that fight, they still have half HP for the next fight. So that is unfortunately not a way to bypass Tarantus, although I can bring the Sharp Shot back to use him for the rest of this fight. I'm looking for Weaken to not summon as many spiders. We'll take the mana. We'll take the damage. We'll take the free damage. I could just do this to heal the Berserker a bunch, but I'd rather just fish for mana, because I think the mana is more useful long term. Didn't happen. Okay, so we can do this, self-heal, and now I guess just heal. And I got 10 mana. So I could invest again. I might as well. And I suppose I'll tick to just summon 1 fewer spider. The spiders aren't that big of a deal, but, you know, they're mildly annoying to deal with. Okay, so Chronos is getting chomped for 12. If Chronos gets the dodge attack, I'll keep it. We'll keep the shield. I'm seeing if this is any keywords. No, it does no keywords, so the copycat doesn't really matter. All right, this lets me kill a spider. I'm tempted by this mana, but the Chronos, it would be nice to try to roll the dodge. So we'll see if I can. I mean, it's 1 in 6. Didn't happen. But I guess it also didn't not happen. Okay, it actually did not happen. All right. Well, let's see. So we kill a spider. We put on shields. Oh, you know, we're not that far off. We're not that far off. Okay, so we'll heal the Berserker because the Sharp Shot's going to die anyways. I actually probably should have tried to roll the Sharp Shot side to one-shot the spider, but that's okay. We'll kill the spider, and now we can else and burst, and you hang on by a thread, and then we're still going to invest just to get mana for next time. All right, what is this one? Ah, yes, the 3 damage poison weaken, a little bit of a concern. All right, so we'll damage, heal, and mana. Do I want to use this? Yeah, we'll use that for more healing and more mana. Seems fine. And then we got 3 shield across the board. That's great. Okay, so we heal and get some mana. We heal and get some mana. We shield everybody. We cleanse one of these poisons away, and we pop you. And now, what is this? I got 6 bursts for 12 damage. Not quite killing it. So I'll invest some, and we'll just, so if I burst now, the sharp shot dies, as you can see. So I would like to not actually burst right now, but I have this excessive mana. So we'll tick once, just to make the Berserker a little less poisoned and a little less weak, I suppose. All right, this is fine because the sharp shot's dead anyway. Enemies don't change targets. So I think I'm just honestly gonna click the button. I think we have a kill here. So first we use the sharp shot because the sharp shot's about to die. Then we have more than enough. More than enough. Probably could have been a little bit more aggressive. Okay, we got level 8 items, and I think with level 8 items, it's important. If you don't get something that's pretty damn overpowered with it, some like really good combination, you should take a random one, because as unappealing as it is to take random items, if your alternative is something that's just not that incredible, it's worth taking the roll because you're not losing that much. All sides get +1 for each other identical side. So obviously that's good with certain heroes. That would actually make the sharp shots things do 4. And it would make these growths a bit bigger. It's not, this actually would give a +1 across the board to the Surgeon. It's just that the Surgeon's not a very impressive character to give a +1 across the board to. +1 to all damage sides. Okay, well, that would help all of these Ranger sides. Not like anything super crazy, but I guess that's better than the one that just does identical sides, right? With the Bard, I could take this off and get +1 to each of these shield sides, making 2 2s instead of a 3 and a 0, and then I could use this somewhere else. Where would I use that? It's actually not a great place to, I think the Bard at this point really is the best one to use that on. Okay. So I am kind of tempted to roll a random one because none of these are like that incredible. The zombie, actually, it would be very nice to have these before. So, okay, we are gonna just short term grab this. So now half of my sharp shot sides kill a zombie in 1 hit. Okay, I expect a lot of death to be heading my way. Okay, the sharp shot's really getting killed. Okay, so we'll kill the zombie. And then there's just the wisp standing between me and these snipers. So let's heal the sharp shot and get some mana. We'll take 3 free damage, and then we're gonna reroll this stuff. We'll take mana, and the Bard can just roll. Unfortunately, we got the wrong shield there. Oh, so close. All right, well, let's see what we can do. So first we kill the zombie. Brings us down to 9. Oh, okay, this is a little freaky. I don't think I'm gonna save this sharp shot. I got a feeling that is just not happening. Oh, hold on. You know what I need to do? I need to at least let the sharp shot self-heal from the blessing, right? I mean, I gotta try. I gotta try to save it. Okay. So we kill the wisp, and now it's just, actually, it's close. I almost get there. I can almost kill this sniper, which would save the sharp shot, but I am unfortunately 1 mana short. So what I'm gonna do here, and I hate it, I have to let the sharp shot die. I'll revive it with the Surgeon. So it'll be here for most of the fight, or I might not even need to. These snipers don't have that much HP. So I could maybe just kill them all without any assistance. That's a good way to kill a sniper. And remember, bringing an ally back doesn't stop it from being damaged the next time. Okay, so we'll just kill one of these. We have a whole butt ton of mana, and these snipers are damaged. Oh, and then that is, yeah. So it wasn't a hard fight. It was just hard to keep that sharp shot alive. Okay, so Berserker. Do I want to replace you with a Curator? +1 pip for each stored mana? That might be okay. +1 damage. Yeah, this is just like a way to keep the value of the Berserker without so much self-pain. Now, the Keeper is also tempting, just a lot of good shielding. Shield 5 is pretty sick. This is kind of an interesting one as well. And then these are weird. It's shield plus it deals 2 damage to everybody targeting the enemy, or that ally that you shielded. But I'm gonna grab the Curator. So what I'm doing here is, let me actually take off the stupid harpoon. It doesn't really matter that much. We'll stick it on Chronos, because why not? We'll give 6 HP to the Sharp Shot, so it's just, you know, not starting off quite so damaged. The 5 empty HP is sort of whatever. And then the Curator, yeah, we'll just keep that the way it is. So this is a tough fight. I mean, it makes sense, we're getting near the end here. So Chomp, the first 5 times you damage it, it deals 1 damage to the top ally, and then the second 5 times you damage it, it deals the damage to the bottom ally, which can be a real problem. And then the Basilisks, every time you hit them, the attacking side turns to stone. So you need cleanses to prevent that, and ranged attacks are very good as well. Now, I'm obviously going to keep this, and I'm going to let it turn to stone and hope I can cleanse it at some point. Do I want to keep this healing here? I still want to try to get mana if possible. And yes, I know the Bard is getting a whomping, but we got our 3 shield side. That'll mostly save the Bard. And then we have mana, and we have healing and mana. Okay, so hold on. I need to actually heal somebody. This should be the Sharp Shot. So let's get to work on one of these Basilisks. So got 8 more HP. Hold on. I need to do it this way. We need to first... but if I first hit it while it has the engage, then the Sharp Shot doesn't self-heal. Oh, that's weird. Yep, all right. I think the damage is more important than the self-healing. And then we're going to just burst kill it. Okay, so now we heal, we shield, and unfortunately I need to use my remaining mana to save the Bard with the burst. Okay, so the Curator has a blank side, but that's okay. We might be able to bring it back. Might not need it. Bard is actually not dying as hardcore as I thought. That cantrip turned to stone because it hit the Basilisk off of a cantrip. Or it hit the Basilisk from the cantrip, but then turned to stone because of the Basilisk effect. What is this die? The glowing sword? Rampage. That's not gonna really happen, so we're just gonna reroll. And, okay, so 4 damage is good. 1 damage and a mana is alright. I could just heal this Bard, but let's try to go for the healing and the mana. There we go. This is good. It's an extra 4 range damage, which was very effective against the Basilisk. Self-heal +1 pip for each shield I have. Oh, that's curious. You're not going to have a whole lot of shields, though. So we'll just re-roll. And we got that. All right, well, we can use Else off of the Petrified side to just do that. Bring back your thing. And now we're going to start shooting this Basilisk. I want to shoot at the Chomp later when I have, you know, less other stuff to worry about and can just focus on making sure I don't get screwed over by these damaging sides. Now we actually killed the Basilisk. So all that's left to worry about is the Chomp, which isn't that scary of an enemy. I mean, it does have high single damage, but at this point in the game, your people should be able to handle it. So here's 4 damage, and the Sharp Shot takes 4 damage. That's fine. Mana's good. No, I'm going to roll for mana instead of dealing vulnerable shenanigans. There's mana. There's shields, and there's some damage and mana. Okay, this should be totally fine. There's just enough. I don't even know why I was worried about it. Sometimes, like, this Chomp fight can just be so annoying, but that time it just wasn't much of an issue. Okay, so 2 random tier 5 items is annoying, because what I really would like is a random tier 9 if these kind of suck. Let's take a look at my Silk Cape. Copy the left side onto the middle row. This can be completely insane. And okay, so we can make it so that it's all these sharp shots. Is this a good time for it? Yeah, because these shades, look at these shades, you can sharp shot them. Now, obviously the +2/+2 top and bottom is also really good. Just lots of extra mana gain. We can get lots of mana gain here, more damage here. But I am going to grab the cape, because that is super effective on this particular fight. And the boss fight, it might not be as effective, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And then for the extra HP, I mean, I'll just toss it to somebody. It doesn't really matter that much. It's just good to have in the party. And so now we have a 2/3 chance of rolling our Sharp Shot and just getting to one shot a shade. Boop, there it goes. Okay, now we'll take mana, we'll take healing and mana. This is 1 damage and steel, which is not super effective at the moment. I think I want to get, yeah, the one that just does double damage to a full HP enemy. There we go. And I'll just keep re-rolling this to get... Actually, I don't want to re-roll and get a cantrip, because if I get the cantrip and hurt a troll, it turns off this double damage. Okay, so we'll just keep that and stop it. Okay, so we are going to just assassinate a shade. Oh, that was stupid. We're going to assassinate the one doing more damage. Yep, okay. We're going to get to work on one of these trolls. Probably doesn't matter which one. Save the bard. Barely. I wasted a self-heal. Let's just back up a second. Might as well. I mean, there's no reason not to take it if I can. Okay, the healing at this point is wasted. We don't have any good use for the mana, so we'll invest. And then we're going to pass. So, unfortunately, there's this poison going around, and the bard in particular is getting a little vulnerable, but Surgeon is a butt ton of healing. That's one of the nice things about the Surgeon. We should be able to kill this shade, so this isn't... I don't think this is actually as bad as it might look. Yeah, there we go. Everyone is now safe. And I'm just looking for the double damage on the Curator. Granted, it's only a 1 in 6 chance, but, you know, we'll take it. All right, this is the Era side, right? Yeah, +1 pip for each elapsed turn, so the longer the fight goes, the better this gets. Shade, annihilated, and Bard, saved. We will cleanse the Bard with the Else ability, and continue going to work on this Troll. So do I want to invest the mana here? Or do I want to just whack this Troll, what, 4 times? That will kill it. You know what? Let's just kill it. Might as well. Trolls have that regeneration, so getting to kill them early is pretty nice. Alright, now at this point this is a little bit less effective. I would need to do 9 damage with my other heroes. So what I'm going to do here is roll a little more aggressively for one of the damaging sides on my ranger. This is 2 damage rampage. The self-heal is from my blessing. We'll keep that. It might actually be nice. No, what am I doing? No, I need to try to roll for mana to do damage with. There we go. There's the damage. Perfect. Do I want to do this shield? Sure. I guess we'll take the opportunity to do some healing. And then there's 6 damage. How lovely. Blarp. Blarp. Well, I guess I could have kept the repeat a die thing, and I would have killed the troll with it. 4 more damage plus 2 more from burst. But, you know, I didn't know I was going to roll the 1 in 6 thingy. And now, it doesn't matter. I was thinking of rolling for my sharp shot, but it doesn't make a difference. All right, up to the final boss. The Hand. So the Hand is a tough one. So it gives everybody +1 pip to all their sides, but he summons these sabers. He does just ridiculous amounts of damage, ridiculous amounts of poison. I mean, this thing is a major problem. It's not a coincidence, or it's not just random that it gives +1 to all the sides. So we can grab a Poet, shield 1 to all allies, and boost to all allies. We got 2 shield, we have shield plus mana, we have a cantrip mana, so kind of like a better bard, basically. Where the Valkyrie is interesting, being able to revive 2 people and then stop people from dying. Might be nice with all these high damage sides. You know what, I'm gonna try it. I could be wrong with this. Maybe the safer play would be just to take the thing that's kind of an upgrade on the bard, but we'll see how this goes. So we need to think about where we're getting our stuff. I think for the +1 pip to the middle side, what I'm going to do is grab more rerolls. This, I'm not actually sure. It doesn't really work on the Valkyrie anymore, unfortunately. And on the Curator, it deals +2 damage up top, but it lowers the mana gain here, so it's not that enticing. I'm going to do this, I guess, just to make the top one a bit better and the bottom one a bit worse. I actually do have a spot for the harpoon, but it makes no difference. This does nothing. So, well, actually, should I hold on. Should I be using this? Right, in this fight, I don't want that many sharp shots. Like, they kill a saber, but I still need 3 damage on it to one-shot it. I mean, 5 damage gets me most of the way there anyways. Yeah, we'll try it like this. This will deal 8 damage to these sabers. And I can just damage them. It doesn't require someone else to hurt them. Okay. Max HP. Sure, we'll put that on the sharp shot. And alright, let's see how it goes. First attempt to win on normal difficulty. We're starting off summoning 3 swords. It's a little scary, but we got our mana. We got a bunch of damage. And that side of the Valkyrie doesn't really do anything. This doesn't do anything. This would let me fill in the missing HP from the Sharp Shot, but I might as well try to roll for mana. And then we got 5 damage. Okay, so this Saber is going to be exerted. So I want to try to prioritize killing the other Saber. And should I just kill it? Yes, let's kill it. And then this. So this is, you know, do you just spend all your time killing the Saber and then the hand summons 3 more Sabers? You know what I mean? It's one of those things where let's get some damage on the hand here. Let's knock off 1/5 of his HP. We'll block some of the incoming damage. I'm not really sure I got very far with that. Now there's 3 Sabers, but the hand did lose a row of HP. Okay, no, just a cleave 10 damage is fine, right? That's fine. All right, so we'll keep this because that's good. We'll keep the mana. Healing and mana seems good. This would save the Sharp Shot or somebody. And this would have double damage. All right, I have to be honest. I'm a little bit nervous about what's happening here. So this Saber is going to just murder my Sharp Shot and then die. But I can always bring it back afterwards. I could just, like, both of these this is actually lucky. Both of these Sabers are killing my Sharp Shot and then dying. And then I should just bring back my Sharp Shot. That's how I deal with these Sabers. Okay, so that means that we got this middle thing here where just by a little bit, everyone's kind of dying a tad. Maybe having, like, Omnishield from the Bard would have been nice there. But all right, let's not, you know, worry about that. So let's focus on this Saber. Hang on, I should be gaining mana from this. That's what I should be doing. More so than getting the engage damage. So I'm gonna shoot at the hand, I think. And then we're gonna do this like that. Okay, and so now I can finish off this Saber. And just think about what the hell's going on. So right now it's the Valkyrie and the Surgeon who are dying. I'm letting the Sharp Shot go. I could just do this to save the Valkyrie herself and this to save the Surgeon. Let's invest to get some future mana. And I don't need to burst or anything right now, so we'll just pass. It's a little bit of a weird way to play it, but let's see how this works out for us. So the Saber is gonna just absolutely murder this Valkyrie. I mean, everyone's just getting murdered here. This could be the end, my friends. This could be the end. We'll see if we can kill this Saber because we have 8 damage coming on it, which is good. And then we got Revival. I don't think I want to use this, though. I want to just operate. I don't want to use the Valkyrie's die to revive. I want to get that saves somebody, which is very good. Okay, so first things first. We definitely need to operate and bring back Sharp Shot. Tragically, the Sharp Shot doesn't get to act that turn. Then we will save the Valkyrie who's getting overkilled by 17. And I'm going to save the self-healing for the Surgeon, maybe? So we do that and heal a bunch. Then we can burst to kill this. And then this. And where are we? Well, you know, it's not that bad. I can't let the Surgeon die, because if the Surgeon dies, I lose operate. But I can let Kronos die. I can also protect them. I mean, I do have enough bursts that I could save them. Now, Tick essentially saves 2 damage for 4 mana, and it puts some damage on the hand, so we'll do that. And then, oh, but if I do that, I don't get to invest. Okay, so actually, do I get to invest in general? I don't, because I have to use another burst like this. So this is what I have to do at minimum. Unless I let Kronos die. Oh, okay. Okay, let's try that. Let's invest. Let's just Surgeon, save yourself. Kronos can die, that's fine. And then we'll operate and bring Kronos back. So I'm basically missing the opportunity to have the Kronos roll a die in exchange for getting some more mana. Okay, so now this is not, we're too far away from this, but that's 5 damage. This is 4 damage, healing, fine. I'm not gonna roll 4 mana because I actually like being able to heal twice for 4. Okay, so now we operate to bring back Kronos. I'm glad the hand is summoning because that gives me some time, you know, to like get things under control or just get some free damage on it. Heal and heal And so I can tick to reduce the number of swords summoned or invest. Let's go for the invest. By the way, operate has a bad keyword that the more you cast it, the more expensive it is. What the hell is this? Kill the topmost enemy. Oh, just kill the topmost enemy. All right, well, that seems fair. All right, so let's see. Valkyrie has Death Wish. She will one-shot one of these sabers, which is good. You're doing 8 damage. Yeah, I mean, 5 damage is fine. We got 3 rerolls here. Do I keep the healing? No, let's try to get some mana. Shield and healing. Okay, I will do that, though. That's pretty good. We have a bunch of rerolls here. Mana? Anything better than mana? I could try to roll for the die that lets you use another die. That would give the Valkyrie an extra attack. I think it's actually worth going for. Because I have a lot of rerolls. I don't need the dodging right now. More growth. I mean, if I end up with the mana, I end up with the mana. But I want to fish for it. All right, we got the mana. So, here, what do? We will... Who are you attacking? You're attacking the Surgeon. Because this thing kills itself with its attack. And you have to also consider, like, you need to try to get damage on the hand. Like, if all of your heroes but one of them die, like, that's totally fine. Because as long as, you know, you make it to the end, then you're fine. So, I think I'm going to have the Surgeon save himself. So now this Saber is attacking into armor and dying. Next, the Sharp Shot's going to die no matter what, because this is just going to kill it. So we need to kill off these other Sabers. We'll prioritize this one because the other one's getting exerted and won't be doing anything next round. It doesn't mean my Valkyrie is currently set to die. But I'll do this. We'll hit it. We'll burst that one. So I guess I ended up killing them both. We got 5 damage on the hand. So there's that. We can invest. And then we have a little left over to tickle the hand some more. So thanks to the investment, I now have the ability to revive whoever it was that died, right? The Sharp Shot. Oh, hey, I have a bunch of mana. This is actually good. So the charged keyword can be extremely strong. Valkyrie has Death Wish. This is 20 damage. All right, we win. Barp and barp. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and or subscribe. I'll see you again soon. So I managed to get a win on normal on my first try, which means from now on, we're playing on hard, which is normal plus a curse. I'll see you all soon. Take care.